Thank you, Kate. What an incredible young lady. Our next student speaker today is Evan Singh. During his time here at CHS, Evan has been a member of the varsity tennis team as the one doubles SEC champion, president of the Arbor Club, president of the class of 2022, member of the state champion Econ Challenge and personal finance teams, founder and captain of our Quiz Bowl team, which competed once again at the national championship in Georgia last week. Evan finished as the top 10 individual scorer, listen to this, putting him in the top 10 of all students in the country. Woo! Pretty amazing. He is also recognized by his peers as our most representative student of this senior class, and I will share the importance of this later. Evan will be attending Stanford in the fall studying international relations. It is my privilege to introduce to you Evan Singh.
All right, I'd like to begin by thanking my family and all my friends, just like Kate said, that without them I really wouldn't have been able to stand up here. I wouldn't be in the place I am today, so thank you to everybody. Not too long ago, I started my 6th grade year at another school outside Chelsea. But only a few months after starting, I was back home in Mr. Lott's class, talking, laughing, and celebrating with the same amazing people I had spent the first 6 years of my academic career with. The world I met away from Chelsea was not like my own, and it permanently shifted the way I think about this school and this town. So, why would I leave so quickly just to come back to the same place I had been for over a decade here in Chelsea? Well, to put it in one word, community. Nowhere else on earth could I go for a drive around town or a walk down the hallway and know almost for a fact that I will see a friend who cares about me. Nowhere else could I come to a teacher or a staff member and be treated with the same compassion, respect, and encouragement as a family member. The community here in Chelsea is simply irreplaceable, and that's what I'd like to highlight today on our graduation day. During my 13 years in Chelsea schools, I've had the privilege of meeting hundreds of amazing, kind, passionate peers, each with their own experiences, personalities, and exciting futures that enrich our small community. As a testament to this, I asked a handful of talented peers of the class of 2022 to share a bit of what makes our Chelsea community so special to them. First, from Bella Turner. It is a beautiful and bittersweet feeling, being able to walk the stage with the community I have known and loved for years, and yet, too many of them I never worked up the courage to really talk to until this year. This is perhaps the greatest unspoken principle of senioritis, the opportunity to reach out to the peers we have always meant out to reach out to, because time moves by too quickly to not introduce ourselves now. This confident feeling that, even though we may never see or speak to each other again, we will always have a place in each other's hearts. Chelsea has given me too many memorable experiences to count. For my 4 years on the swim and water polo teams, I will never forget the amazing feeling of getting better alongside my favorite people. Finding the motivation to get up at 5 a.m. every morning was really challenging at times, but knowing that my second family is there to encourage me and hold me accountable makes a hardship an absolute privilege. Nothing or no one has ever taught me compassion, determination, leadership, and optimism like my team did. Getting to see their faces every day is the most irreplaceable memory of my high school career. I just had so much fun with those wonderful people. Whatever that irreplaceable memory is for you, I encourage you to share it today. Reminisce on the best of your time here because, after today, high school will officially become a memory. Talk to the peer you've always wanted to today. Wish them luck in their future. Life is too short to have regrets. And at some point in everybody's life, we will all realize how short it really is. And for many of us, that moment is today, right now. So use this feeling to your advantage. There's never been a better time than now. Hashtag YOLO. Thank you again to Bella Turner. Second, I reached out to the illustrious Stella Moore, who had a fine story to tell. My brother Tobin graduated from CHS in 2018. He played tennis, was in the marching band, and was a member of student council. However, his time on student council wasn't wildly productive. Some would even say he was not the most contributing member. This year for Tobin's Christmas gift, I really wanted to go all out. My big idea would take not just the work of one lone soldier, but of a true village. I wanted to put his roommate, Scott Jeeves, right on the front of this year's Student Council t-shirt, as CHS Stuco's kind little mascot. The first step was to design a logo, which our wonderful student body president, Kendall Spink, took care of. Once we had established our design, the next step was the hardest. We had to get a majority vote for the design at a full council meeting. I made the case that it would be a beautiful opportunity to honor a CHS and Student Council alumnus, and that we'd get to have Jeeves on our shirt, who is a wonderful cat with good moral values. The idea passed with flying colors and was sent off to the pros. By Christmas, I had a t-shirt for Tobin that represented all of his meaningful work for Student Council over the years. I will always have kind words in my heart for the 2021-22 Student Council for making my dreams come true. Isn't that just great? Thank you, Stella Moore. Now, next up is one aspect of the Chelsea community that I'm sure you've heard a lot about. They continue to shock us each year, putting up incredible scores and truly tying the school and the city together with their energy. Ladies and gentlemen, the team who needs no introduction, you've seen them in the paper, the pride of Chelsea, our state champion Bulldog Personal Finance team. Now, alongside Jason Roja, Stella Moore, and I, Michael Struck competed on this highly acclaimed CHS Personal Finance team. I don't know why I'm reminding you. Helping Chelsea win a 5th consecutive state title this past April. My great teammate and even better friend, Michael, had the grace to provide some coveted details on the team that has personally inspired awe, admiration, and jealousy in literally everyone here. He said the following: the most influential extracurricular I participated in at CHS was the Personal Finance Challenge. There were few activities I had done or classes I had taken that were truly applicable to my everyday life until this challenge. Sure, I could perfectly estimate how much wiring I needed for a backyard garden with the Pythagorean theorem, or calculate the gravitational attraction between me and Evan. But my efforts in personal finance are without a doubt going to guide my financial decisions and lead me to a successful retirement. After hesitantly agreeing to join the team, I was blindsided by a hefty packet of finance jargon I had never seen before. Terms, study terms, Bedlow demanded every day. After a couple of weeks of getting a grasp on the realm of stocks, insurance, and the dreaded mortgage, I was finally starting to comprehend all the money words I'd only ever seen before on State Farm commercials. As for the challenge itself, it comprised a case study in which a hypothetical family is in financial struggle, and it was our team's job to help get them back on their feet. I took this knowledge home and surprised my mom with the detailed questions I was asking about our own family. I feel confident in my ability to make decisions for myself, as well as set myself up for a prosperous life. If there's anything I gained from high school, it's that you get out of it what you put into it. Stepping out of my comfort zone into a subject I knew absolutely nothing about was one of the best decisions I made in my high school career. I know that, thanks to the Personal Finance Challenge, I will enter the world as an active, informed member of society and be able to lead myself and my loved ones to a comfortable, happy financial life. Thank you, Michael. It would also be improper not to thank our dashing team coach, Matthew Pedlow, who unfortunately declined his 15th consecutive invitation to stand up here on the graduation stage beside me to go golfing. Double, unfortunately, is actually grading AP exams in Cincinnati, which is not really nearly as funny. Although I'm sure he would have preferred to go golfing or feed his chickens or make another TikTok or something. Anyways, we all know what team I was alluding to before, one that went where none had before, surprising everyone except maybe themselves. Isabella Treglia had the following to say about the girls' water polo team's record-shattering season. When we went into sudden death against Pioneer this spring, the pressure was incredible. Jessie Knapp scored the winning goal, and all of us girls in the water did a group hug, and everybody started crying. It was the first time in the history of the program that we had beat Pioneer, and the first time the team ever got to compete at regionals. It was our most successful season to date, and I'm remarkably proud of everyone who helped make it real. Thank you, Isabella. My last story to share comes from Ben Strzeski, who is happy to give me an excerpt about what our football program has meant to him and his teammates over the last 4 years. I wouldn't be alone in saying that football has been a source of pride in this town for decades, and our boys capped off a spectacular season with what may be the greatest sports game I've ever seen in my life on Ford Field last fall. Here's what Ben had to say. Chelsea football meant everything to everyone that was a part of the program. The last 4 years of football have been one of the most memorable experiences of our lives, and we will cherish every moment, from those dreadful lifts with AT in the summer and the never-ending two-a-days in August, to the November practices that just kept getting colder. We will never forget every Moe's Monday, every post-burning, every JV game, and that indescribable feeling during the national anthem. It's easy to find moments in our heads that stick out. From the time nearly 100 people from the whole Chelsea community, including players, coaches, and parents, came together to help us clear snow from the field to play one of our final games, to our unforgettable playoff run this past fall. 3 times in a row, we found ourselves trailing by double digits, and 3 times in a row, our team held strong and never lost a single piece of the fighting spirit we've worked so hard to cultivate over these last 4 years. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to the coaches, the parents, my fans, my teammates, and the city of Chelsea for rallying around us and empowering us to have such an incredible 4 seasons. Thank you, Ben. Finally, I'd like to give a sincere thank you to everyone who helped provide stories from their own Chelsea experience to help make this speech, and to the Quiz Bowl team who helped me edit it in the Atlanta airport this last weekend. There was not a hint of apprehension among anyone I asked to take time out of their own busy life to help show us what CHS means to them. Their generosity says a lot about the type of people that make this community what it is. Finally, thanks for listening to me talk, and congratulations to everyone on an amazing 4 years. I look forward to seeing all the great things accomplished by the Chelsea High School class of 2022. Go Bulldogs!